Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erin and this channel is all about entrepreneurship and living your best life. And what I wanted to talk about in today's video was how to build a successful personal brand in 2019. So if you don't know me, I am a personal branding strategist and business coach. So particularly what I do is I help entrepreneurs who not only want to build a really successful business, but also who want to make impact on the side. And the way to make impact is by building a reputation, having a solid mission, and communicating as effectively as you can with your audience. And that all comes from building a successful personal brand. And here's the thing, even if you are not an entrepreneur, it doesn't matter. These days, we all have personal brands. If you're out there putting content out onto the internet, it's likely that you are building a brand of some sort. And whether you're an entrepreneur or whether you're trying to build a career in a 9-to-5, it's still good to be really conscious about your reputation and what other people are thinking of you, meaning to be really conscious of your personal brand. So this is going to be relevant for absolutely everyone, no matter what your goals are. But if you did enjoy the video, I would very much appreciate it if you gave it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you are new here, consider subscribing. So the first thing you need to consider when thinking about your personal brand and how to grow your personal brand or develop your personal brand is, what is it that you want to be known for? You know, whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're an influencer, or whether you are someone trying to build a career, to build a reputation, you want to be able to manage what people think when they think about you. And you can do that if you are strategic about it. So really think about what it is that you would like to be known for. You know, if you're an entrepreneur, thinking about if someone was going to interview you or if someone was going to recommend you to their friend, what is it that they would be recommending you for? So if you want to think about what it is that you want to be known for, from there what you can do is start creating content, start speaking, and start visually appealing yourself based off of that thing that you want to be known for. So using myself as an example, I want to be known for someone who helps people to build their personal brand. So a lot of the content that I put out online is all about personal branding. You know, a lot of you might know this concept. It is choosing the niche in which you're in, but essentially at the end of the day, it's just the topic that you really want to be known for. And my suggestion is that if you are trying to build your personal brand, try to go as specific as possible in the beginning. However, I just know that a lot of people get tripped up on this concept because they think that they need to have their niche or what it is that they want to be known for nailed down before they can do anything. This is not true. Start before you're ready, as Marie Forleo always says, right? It doesn't matter if you don't know your niche or what you want to be known for now. Start creating content. Start putting yourself out there online. Start talking about the fact that you're trying to find your niche. Whatever it may be, at least you need to start creating content now, and clarity comes from action, not thought. Another Marie Forleo quote. But what you'll find is as you go along down the path of the topic that you're slightly interested in, your niche and the specificity of that will become more clear to you. So think about what it is you want to be known for. And a great question that I do have, which I give to my clients all the time, is asking yourself, if someone were going to interview you, what would be the topic they would interview you about? So have a think about that. If you were ultra famous and you were so sought after, what would people want to know from you? And the next thing you've got to think about is, what is your mission? So even further to the fact of whatever it is you want to be known for or the niche that you are choosing, your bigger picture mission is really important when building a brand. People want to know why you do what you do. A great TED talk by Simon Sinek, you know, he was talking about sales, and he actually says that people don't buy what it is that you do. They actually buy why you do it. And when your audience can feel the passion and the integrity behind why you do all of the things that you do, why you're taking action, why you're creating courses, or why you're trying to build public relations around your brand, they can really attach themselves to that. You know, for me, I've chosen personal branding because it has a lot to do with business, which is my skills, it's what I studied. But my bigger mission is that I believe there are so many people who can make a positive impact in this world, but they are too afraid to be unapologetically themselves or put themselves out there or create content. And so what I want to do is I want to help people become these extraordinary brands, because the more positive people doing what they love in the world, the better this place is going to be. So think about your mission, think about what's important to you, think about your values, and then create a mission from there. The next thing, of course, you need to do is think about, how are you going to reach people? You might have this amazing niche and this amazing mission, but you've got to find people to share that with. And that's going to be usually with an online platform. Now, obviously for me, I have chosen YouTube and I love this platform. And that's because many of my audience are here watching videos, but it also helps me to highlight my own skills of speaking and being, a little bit theatrical. For you, it might be writing, or it might be podcasting, or it might be public speaking. It might be photography. You have to find a medium to communicate your message with the world. And the thing is, whatever that may be, your audience needs to be there. So there's a really nice intersection between your skills and where your audience is. For example, if you had a mission that you really wanted to help busy mums to not feel so much stress in their life, they might not have time to watch a YouTube video, but they might be able to listen to podcasts while they're driving their kids around. So that would be a really good place for you to start. So think about where your audience is, think about where your skills lie, find that place and start communicating your message. Now the next tip, and this is a very important one, so listen up. The next tip is you need to learn how to actively repel people. What? I want to build my brand, I want everyone to love me, right? Wrong. You need to have polarity. You need to have people who love you, but you also need to have people who hate you, because promise you, the more people who hate you and don't agree with your message and totally don't get what it is that you're doing, the deeper the love and the connection will be between the people who do. A quote that I always say is that you cannot change the game by sitting on the fence. And it's totally true. You've got to be on one side or the other, in the thick of it, with the people, shouting and cheering for whatever your mission is. So really thinking about stop being so vanilla, like vanilla ice cream. Stop being so plain and safe with your message, and start really effectively communicating with passion and with self-integrity and with conviction what it is that you're trying to achieve in the world. And don't be so afraid that some people won't agree with it, because the more people that don't agree with it, the better off you actually are. So really thinking about how can you be so cemented in your beliefs that you are actively repelling a big portion of people from what it is that you're doing. My next tip is a little bit more fun and a little bit more strategic, but obviously a huge part of having a memorable and recognizable brand is the way that it looks and feels. So if you're trying to think about how your brand and your personal brand is going to represent itself this year, the first thing that you could do is to create a mood board. I do this all the time and I absolutely love it. And I recently changed my branding to something that was way more in line with my personality, and that was the black and gold. Obviously, you can see that I love gold. And the way that I chose this was really just to go on to Pinterest and just to start pinning everything that inspired me and made me feel good and that were my favorite colors and the language that I resonated with. And from that, I built my brand. A really big confusion that a lot of people have is that your personal brand is you as an entire human being. And this is so not true. It's a part of you that you're representing online. And it's a part of you that makes sense for your message. And you need to package that in a way that feels good for you, but also resonates with your audience. So, if you love black and gold, but you also really like green, it doesn't mean that you need to use every single color in your branding that you love. You've just got to find the way that is going to feel really, really authentic, that you're going to be able to be consistent with, and that's going to resonate with your audience. So what you should do is create a mood board on Pinterest with all of the different things that make you feel good and start building your brand from there. And then the next step after you've created your mood board is to audit your current online presence. So go through your Facebook, go through your Instagram, go through any content creation that you've currently created already. Go through your LinkedIn, go through any videos that you've made, any podcasts, any interviews that you've done. And you want to make sure that everything you're creating is in line with this mood board that you've created, is in line with this consistent brand that you've created. Something that's so important is the consistency, but the consistency in the way that your brand feels. So what I want you to do is write in columns all of the different places that you show up online, and write some little notes under that about how consistent it is with the brand that you're trying to represent online and the areas that you can improve. Because when you become aware of where you're not being consistent, that's when you can start making sure that you increase that consistency. If anyone knows how many times I just said consistency, type it in the comments below and you will get a gold star, because that was hectic. But seriously, you want to make sure that you feel, look, and act the same everywhere online, because that is what is going to make you recognizable and memorable to your audience. And then Joke's on you, but the last tip, of course, is consistency, but not just consistency with your brand and the way that looks, acts, and feels, but consistency with how you show up. I have so many people asking me questions like, how do I grow my audience? How do I organically reach more people? How do I build a brand? How do I grow my business? How do I make more income? How do I make more impact? And honestly, the short answer is you show up every single day and add value and authenticity to your audience. I know it's hard to hear because we all have every excuse under the sun about why we can't show up because we're too busy, right? We're all too busy. But for those that it really matters the most to, they will make the time to show up. Those who are winning, those who are excelling are the ones that are doing something every single day to connect and communicate with their audience. So please, if it really matters to you to grow a brand in 2019, if it really matters to grow a brand whenever you're listening to this video, make it a priority that you are being consistent. Show up for your audience every single day, and I promise you, if you follow all of these other tips, that is how you build a very, very successful personal brand. So that's it for me. Those are a few of my tips on how you can start building a brand. Obviously, I have so many more to share. I'm leaving a link in the description below. You can sign up for my newsletter to receive more tips all about how you can build your personal brand and stay up to date with what is going on in the Game Changer company. Thank you so much for watching. Please also don't forget, as always, to leave your favorite tip in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video.